The film industry is not only made up of studio systems and salaried employees, it also thrives on the contributions of entrepreneurs, freelancers, gig workers, and independent creators who operate across every department, from writing to distribution. This module explores the strategies, challenges, and opportunities available to freelancers and film entrepreneurs who aim to forge successful careers without being permanently attached to a single production company or institution. As digital tools have democratized filmmaking and content creation, the barriers to entry for entrepreneurial professionals have lowered, but so too have the competition, unpredictability, and instability. In today's landscape, success in a freelance or entrepreneurial path requires a strong foundation in business management, branding, client acquisition, content monetization, legal literacy, financial planning, and digital marketing. This module provides an advanced and multifaceted examination of the independent film economy, exploring career-building tactics, networking practices, collaborative ecosystems, funding sources, and legal structures that support entrepreneurial growth. The goal is to equip you with the mindset, toolset, and skill set to build sustainable careers as independent filmmakers, freelancers, consultants, or production company founders. After completing this module, you will be able to understand and navigate the freelance economy and entrepreneurial landscape within the film industry, build personal branding and digital assets for visibility and credibility, strategize monetization and funding options for independent projects, apply legal and financial literacy to protect and scale their freelance business, leverage global opportunities and virtual platforms to sustain a long-term career, understanding the independent and freelance economy, overview of freelance structures in film, project-based work, self-employed contractors, unions versus non-union, entrepreneurial pathways, sole proprietorships, LLCs, cooperatives, partnerships, major independent film markets, Sundance, Berlinale, Tribeca, Durban, Nollywood, freelance versus entrepreneurial roles, freelance editor versus production company owner, branding and positioning yourself in a competitive market, developing a personal brand and unique selling proposition, USP, building an online portfolio or digital reel, e.g., Vimeo, Behance, personal website, leveraging IMDb, LinkedIn, Film Freeway, Instagram for visibility, social media content strategy for filmmakers, elevator pitch development and industry networking etiquette, building and managing a freelance business, creating a business plan and content pipeline, legal contracts, non-disclosure agreements, NDAs, licensing, usage rights, scope of work, budgeting for freelance work, time-based pricing, value-based pricing, rate negotiation, tools, Dot, QuickBooks, Trello, Studio Binder, Calendly, WISE for international payments, time management, productivity habits, and project tracking. Funding and revenue streams for independent filmmakers, funding options, crowdfunding, Kickstarter, Indiegogo, grants, film commissions, festivals, co-productions, monetization pathways, YouTube, Patreon, streaming deals, film festivals, NFTs, and blockchain-based distribution, pitching and proposal writing for donors, investors, studios, revenue sharing, licensing, syndication, and self-distribution strategies, fiscal sponsorship models and non-profit partnerships, legal literacy and rights management, intellectual property, IP, basics, copyright, trademarks, fair use, chain of title documentation, understanding rights clearance for music, stock footage, and literary adaptations, insurance, errors and omissions, E&O, general liability, equipment insurance, registering a production company, business licenses, tax identification, legal representation. Building a scalable film business, from freelancer to founder, transitioning into owning a production company or media studio, hiring collaborators, outsourcing, and creating systems. Legal structures for scaling, LLC versus S-Corp versus sole trader. talent management and subcontracting freelancers, sustainability, inclusion, and community-focused production models. Case studies of successful film entrepreneurs: Ava DuVernay, Array, Issa Rae, Hurry, Tyler Perry Studios, Kunle Afolayan, KAP. Lessons from YouTube creators turned studio owners, micro-budget filmmakers, and festival circuit success stories, hybrid artist-business person approaches, challenges and resilience for freelancers, navigating feast and famine cycles of work, burnout prevention, mental health, and boundaries in gig economy, balancing passion projects with commercial gigs, dealing with rejection, imposter syndrome, and market volatility, strategies for sustainable growth and reinvestment, essential skills for the entrepreneurial filmmaker: negotiation, leadership, storytelling, client relations, adaptability, digital literacy, content marketing, SEO, analytics, email funnels, business communication, contracts, invoices, follow-ups, legal correspondence, grant writing, pitch decks, and investor presentations, collaborative tools, Notion, Google Workspace, Slack, Dropbox, regional and global opportunities for independent filmmakers, local and regional funding bodies, e.g., Nigerian Film Corporation, South African NFVF, international co-productions and diaspora collaborations, streaming platform open submissions, e.g., Netflix African original submissions, remote and virtual production gigs, online film markets and virtual festivals.